13. When Joshua was old and well advanced in years, the Lord said to him, "You are very old, and there is still a very large area of land to be taken over. This is the land that remains, all the regions of the Philistines and Geshurites, border Sihor River on the east of Egypt, of the territory of Ekron on the north. All of it counted as Canaanites, the territory of these Bible Philistines, rulers in Gaza, as Doid, Askelon, and Gath, and Ekron, that of the Abites. From the south, all the land of the Canaanites, from Ara of the Sidonians, as far as Apicus, the region of the Amorites, the area of the region of the Gerites, and all Libyan up to the east, from Belgad below Mount Heron to Lebahamet. As for the inhabitants of the mountain regions, from Lebanon to Miskapor to Maim, there is all the Sidonians. I myself will drive them out before the Israelites. Be sure to allocate this land to Israel for an inheritance, as I have instructed you, and divide it as an inheritance among the 9 tribes, and half of the tribe of Manasseh. The other half of Manasseh, the Rebusians and the Gadites, had received the inheritance that Moses had given them east of the Jordan, as he, the servant of the Lord, had assigned it to them. It extended from Aroer on the rim of the Iron Gorge, and from the town in the middle of the gorge, and included the whole plateau of Midbar, as well as Dibon, and all the towns of Sihon, king of Amorites, who ruled in Heshbon, out to the border of the Amorites. It also included Gilon, the territory of the people of Geshur, and Mecca, all of Mount Heron, and all Bashan as far as Cercles, that is, the whole kingdom of Og in Bashan, who had a region in Estrait and Ijar in Euphrates. Moses had defeated them and taken over their land, but the Israelites did not drive out the people of Geshur and Mahek. So they continued to live among the Israelites to this day. But to the tribe of Levi he gave the inheritance, since the offerings made by fire to the Lord, the God of Israel, are their inheritance as he promised them. This is what Moses had given to the tribe of Reuben, clan by clan. The territory from Aroer of the rim of the Iron Gorge, and from the town in the middle of the gorge, and the whole plateau past Medeba, to Heshbon, all these towns on the plateau, including Gibeon, Bamoth Baal, Bet Belmeon, Jas Kedemoth, Mepes, Kirtiam, Sibam, Jared Shekler on the hill of the valley, Bet Peor and the slopes of places, and Bet Jermoth, all the towns on the plateaus, and the entire realm of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who ruled at Heshbon. Moses had defeated him and the Minar chief, Eb, Rekan, Joer, Hur, and Reba, princes of Elid with Sihon, who lived in that country. In addition to those slain in battle, the Israelites had put the sword Balaam, son of Bear, who practiced divination. The boundary of the Reubenites was the bank of the Jordan. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the Reubenites, clan by clan. This is what Moses had given to the tribe of Gad, clan by clan. The territory of Jazer, on the town of Gilead, and the half of the unmounted country as far as Aroer, near Rabbah, and from Heshbon of Ramat Mizpah, and Bethlehem, from Mahanaim to the territory Haran, Bet Nimrod, Scott, and Japon, with the rest of the realm of the Sihon, king of Heshbon, the east side of the Jordan, and territory up to the end of the sea of Kendred. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the Gadites, clan by clan. This is what Moses had given to the half tribe of Manasseh, that is, to half of the family in the descendants of Manasseh, clan by clan. The territory extending from Manan, including all of the Bashan, the entire realm of Og, king of Bashan, all the settlements of Jair in Bashan, 60 towns, half of Gilead, and Estrait, and Idril, the royal cities of all in Bashan. This was from the descendants of the Machir son of Manasseh, were half of the son of Machir, clan by clan. This is the inheritance Moses had given when he was in the plains of Moab across the Jordan east of Jericho. But to the tribe of Levi, Moses had given no inheritance. The Lord, the God of Israel, is the inheritance, as he promised them. 14. Now these are the areas of Israelites received as an inheritance in the land of Canaan, which Elizabeth the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the heads of the tribes, clans of Israel allotted to them. Their inheritance were assigned by lot of the 9½ tribes. As the Lord had commanded through Moses, Moses had granted the 2½ tribes their inheritance east of the Jordan, but had not granted the Levites an inheritance among the rest. Where the sons of Joseph had become 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. The Levites received no share of the land, but only towns to live in, with the portion for their flocks and herds. So the Israelites divided the land, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Now the men of Judah approached Joshua at Gilgal, and Caleb son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said to him, "You know what the Lord said to Moses, the man of God at Kadesh Barnea, about your name. I was 40 years old when Moses had a servant of the Lord send me from Kadesh Barnea to explore the land, and I brought him back a report according to my conviction. But my brothers who went up with me made the hearts of the people melt with fear. I, however, followed the Lord my God wholeheartedly. So on that day Moses swore to me, the land on which your feet had walked will be inheritance, and that of your children forever, because you have followed the Lord my God wholeheartedly. Now then, just as the Lord promised, he has kept alive the 45 years since the time he added this to Moses, where Israel moved to about the desert. So here I am today, 85 years old. I am still as strong today as the day Moses sent me out. I am just as vigorous to go out of the battle now as I was then. Now give me this hill country that the Lord promised me that day. You yourself heard them that the Anakims were there, and their cities were large and fortified. But the Lord helping me, I will drive them out just as he said. Then Joshua blessed Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and gave him Hebron as his inheritance. So Hebron was belonged to Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and the Canaanites ever since, because he followed the Lord, the God of Israel, wholeheartedly. Hebron used to be called Kirjath Arba after Abra, who was the greatest man among the Anakims. Then the land had rest from war. 15. The allotment of the tribe of Judah, clan by clan, extended down to the territory of Edom, the desert of Zin in the extreme south. Their southern boundary started from the bay at the southern end on the South Sea, crossed the south of Scorpions, passed, continued on to the Zin, and went over to the south of Kadesh Barnea. Then it ran past Hezron, up to Eder, and curved around the Ketkrah. It then passed along to Asmon, and joined the Valley of Egypt, ending the sea. This is their southern boundary. The eastern boundary is the South Sea as far as the mouth of the Jordan. The northern boundary started from the Bay of the Sea at the mouth of Jordan, went up to the Beth Hologus, and continued north of Beth Abri to the stone of Bohan, son of Reuben. The boundary they went up to the Dibir from the valley of Achor, and turned north to Gilead, which bases the pits of the Edom south of the Gorg. It continued along to the waters of Innesses and came out in Rogel. Then it ran off the valley of Ben Hinnom along the southern slope of the Jebus city, that is Jerusalem. From there it climbed to the top of the hill west of the Hinnom valley at the northern end of the valley of Rephaim. From the hilltop, the boundary headed toward the spring of the waters of Neptune, came out at the towns of Mount Ephraim, and went down toward Bala. This is Kinnor and Jerem. Then it curved westward from Bala to Mount Seir, ran along the northern slope of Mount Jerman, that is Kilstra, continued down to Beth Shemek and crossed the Timothy. It went to the northern slope of Ikran, turned toward Zikrin, passed along to Mount Bala, and reached Jannebo. The boundary ended at the sea. The western boundary is the coastline of the Great Sea. These are the boundaries around the people of Judah by their clans. In accordance with the Lord's commandments to him, Joshua gave the Caleb son of Jeshurun a portion in Judah. Corrected above, this is Hebron. Abra was the forefather of Anak. From Hebron, Caleb drove out of the three Anakites, Shishas, Ahima, and Talma, descendants of Anak. From there he marched against the people living in Debir, formerly called Kirishasper. And Caleb said, I will give my daughter Akish in marriage to the man who attacks and captures Kirishasper. Attorney, son of Kenaz, Caleb's brother, took it, so Caleb gave his daughter Akish to him in marriage. One day, when she came to Atnit, she urged him to ask her father for a field. When he got off her donkey, Caleb asked her, What can I do for you? She replied, Do me a special favor. Since you have given me land in the Negev, give me also spring of waters. So Caleb gave her the upper and the lower springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of Judah, clan by clan. The southmost towns of the tribe of Judah in the Negev toward the boundary of Edom were Kelusar, Eder, Jagur, Kenan, Domina, Ada, Kalish, Hazar, Etan, Jipha, Telam, Bat, Hazar, Hedet, Kiryat Hazar, that is Hazar, Amam, Shehem, Mulda, Hazar, Gadesh, Sihum, Bet, Plat, Hazar, Shod, Beersheba, Bisiotia, Basset, Lim, Ism, Itoland, Kelsa, Horman, Jerking, Medimanna, Sansana, Labiota, Sihim, Ain, and Rimmon, a total of 29 towns at their village. In the west foothills, Esther, Jordan, Ashna, Jonak, Gamin, Tapes, Inmam, Dermot, Adom, Lam, Soko, Azekah, Shevim, Aditis, and Gedra, or Gedrotium, 14 towns and their villages. Junan, Hadesses, Middlegad, Zilina, Mizpah, Joktil, Lathis, both Eglon, Caban, Lamis, Kittis, Getborn, Bat-Dragon, Namis, and Medicus, the 16 towns and their villages. Libin, Eter, Ashen, Lepus, Asen, and Nazib, Kaleal, Askis, and Manasseh, 9 towns and their villages. Ikran, with the surrounding settlements and villages west of Ikran, all that were in the vicinity of Ashdod, together with their villages. Ashdod in the surrounding settlements and villages, and Gaza settlements and villages, as far as the way of Egypt and the coastline of the Great Sea. In the hill country, Sherman, Jatre, Soko, Dana, Kirchis, Senate, that is Dibir, Anab, Istromis, Anim, Goshen, Holo, and Gilab, 11 towns and their villages. Arba, Juma, Ishan, Janim, Bet Tapa, Apaka, Humet, Kirita, Arab. There is Hebron, and there are 9 towns and their villages. Manon, Carmel, Jipar, Jutta, Jarmal, Jokdem, Janok, Cain, Gibeat, and Timnah, 10 towns and their villages. Hadwell, Bat, Kurl, Gader, Marat, Bat, Anokt, and Ekton, 6 towns and their villages. Kiryat Bel, that is Kiryat Jearim, and Rabbah, 2 towns and their villages. In the desert, Bet Arba, Midian, Kansko, Nishan, the city of Salt, and En Gadi, 6 towns and their villages. Judah could not discourage the Jeshurunites who were living in Jerusalem. To this day, the Jeshurunites live there with the people of Judah.